everyone, AdamHarry with
Goatboy here again. We're going to talk about some more rules for the Golden Boys of the Emperor.
the Golden Gilded Warriors of the Great Golden Throne.
I think they're all named Chad personally. It's like,
Chad.
hey Chad, what's up Chad? Oh, Chaz. It's all Chaz.
Chaz and Chet. And
Chaz, Chet, Tanner.
Ooh, ouch.
Woo!
Yeah, well, that said, let's go ahead and dive in. So if you do take a full Battle Forged detachment, you do get some cool stuff.
The Emperor's Chosen!
Woo!
+1 vulnerable save, up to a maximum of 3+.
I think is appropriate.
Right. 3+ seems to, they don't want 2 invulnerables. 3+ is okay. We know this. That seems a rule. If you ever see something that says that lets you have a 2+ invulnerable save, you know that's going to get changed eventually. So
Okay.
stop doing that. Bad.
Yeah, but it is nice if you take a full Adeptus Custodes detachment, all of your models in there are the Emperor's Chosen and have a 4+ invuln, which will help.
Which especially on a tough 5 guy,
Yep.
so a lot of stuff's winning on 5s.
Yep. Sworn Guardians. Again, this applies to all infantry and bikers. So sadly, not your dreadnoughts.
Right.
But that's what I meant by the Emperor's Chosen. The Sworn Guardians, all of your infantry and bikers also have Sworn Guardians.
Basically, it's objective secured.
Yep.
It's the same thing you had before. It's just a new name for objective secured.
It's nice though because it applies to your characters and your bikes.
Right. So anyone on foot, so anything else on there, it's good. I mean, if
You're
you're
still going to have the problem of numbers.
Right. So anybody has 10 cultists coming near your single dude, it's going to win it because the 10 cultists take it from you.
Yeah.
Or 30 orc boys or everything else.
Yeah. So GW themselves have shown off 13 of the stratagems. We're going to go through them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We're not going to go the ones they already showed off. So we've seen the Golden Light they've come. We haven't seen unflinching. So that one is, let's see, use a stratagem in your opponent's charge phase.
You overwatch on a 5.
Overwatch on a 5+.
1 command point, I mean...
Not bad. But again, if it was Rapid Fire 2...
Rapid Fire 2, then we're going to talk about this question. If it's not Rapid Fire 2, it doesn't matter at this point.
Unleash the Lions, that lets you guys split off. We've seen that before.
That's pretty funny. Oh, I got 10 superheroes running around!
Except it's 2 CP.
I know, I mean, this army is going to be... is so wanting command points. So what's going to happen is to make an army like this work, you're going to have this as your army, and then you're going to try to get a very cheap battalion of IG, and then something, or maybe 2 battalions of IG. Who knows?
We saw Tanglefoot Grenades, which are kind of neat. They reduce the opponent's mover charge by D6, which is kind of cool.
It's 1 command point, which is fine. I mean, a lot of these things.
You're going to basically want to use this with this stooping charge, this stooping flying thing for the jet bikes to try to countercharge, but we'll get to that. Ever Vigilant? Is that one any good?
Yeah, it's a 2 command point. You can basically shoot at people. It's the same thing they have with almost all the other armies. If someone comes deep strikes in, you're like, oh no! Just shoot it for 2 command points. I really wish they were 1 command point because this army doesn't have a whole lot of amazing shooting. Now, it could all be different depending on if Forge Rule update stuff because that's where all the crazy weapons are. But right now, it's kind of like 2 command points seems a little too much. It probably should be 1 for this specific army.
So the Vexa Teleporter Homer is when you're teleporting in a Adeptus Custodes unit by the end of the phase, you can set up wholly within 6 inches of a Vexillus Praetor. That's the guys with the banners. Yeah. But you got to be able to teleport to begin with. So, yeah, I think it's only going to work on Terminators.
No, when you set up a teleporting Adeptus, yeah, it's whatever is already teleporting.
Yeah.
So it has to have something with the ability to actually teleport.
Right.
Open the vaults, I get extra...
Or if you use a Guided Light, maybe. Because this works on anybody. Yeah. So you could teleport in and then also spend another 3 CP to do that. So that if you did 2 units,
you teleport in and they teleport in and they can be within range. So this is how you're going to get bikes in a close combat.
But now you're out of command points, so have fun. Open the vaults. That's just more war gear. Avatars of the Emperor, we saw that. Friendly Imperium units can use leadership.
There's a lot of 8s and 9s and 10s.
It's kind of nice. Alright, Shoulder the Mantle, that just swaps out who your Warlord is. Yeah. Network Machine Spirits. This is a cool sounding thing until you realize you have to take at least 2 Landriders for it to work. Whoops.
Landriders are a little expensive, so...
yeah, Indomitable Guardians. Opponent's fight phase, the Adeptus Custodes unit from your army, if that is within 3 inches of an objective marker, and fight with it next. So, basically...
So they'll get to always strike first, so if they're at the near objective marker, if someone charges them, you get to choose one.
It's not always strike first, because they already... a unit that has already fought.
Yeah, so basically you get a unit has already fought? Or?
Yeah, so this I'll show you real fast. Use a stratagem in your opponent's fight phase after an enemy unit that has charged has fought.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Use an Adeptus Custodes unit from your army that is within 3 inches of an objective marker, and fight with it next. So it's 1 CP. Right. So it's the interrupt ability from the big BRB, but it's only 1 CP.
And you have to be near objective. So.
Yeah, with an extra caveat. That's not bad.
1 CP. I mean, that's the trick on a lot of stuff is that, you know, it's great and all, but this army is so hungry for it, and having low CP means they're gonna have to be able to do some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Use a stratagem. This is Inspire Fear. Use a stratagem at the beginning of your morale phase. Choose one of your Adeptus Custodes units other than a vehicle. Your opponent must add 1 to morale test taken for enemy units within 3 inches of the unit face.
It's
1 CP.
3 inches is too short. It should be 6.
Yeah, Sentinel Storm. Use a stratagem in the enemy opponent's shooting phase. Choosing one of your Adeptus Custodes units that is within 1 inch of an enemy unit. That unit you can shoot. The unit you choose can shoot with its Sentinel blades as if it were your shooting phase. It's 2 CP though.
Oh god, if it was Rapid Fire 2.
Rapid Fire 2, we'd be talking.
Yeah, it'd be a whole different story.
And if it was 1 CP, yeah. Again, they're just not going to put out the firepower.
They're just not going to put. I mean, they're going to kill stuff in close combat. Yeah, and you're just going to run away.
Burst Missile Net. This sounds interesting. 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when choosing a unit of jet bikes from your army to make their range attack. If they all fire flak burst missiles at the same target with fly, you can reroll failed wound rolls.
Which means you got to have them all with missiles, and missiles are kind of expensive and they don't shoot a lot. So,
all right. I mean,
cool. If you have all of them, yeah, they could be.
Yeah, Spark of Divinity for 1 CP. Uses a stratagem. Enemy psyker manifests a psychic power within 12 inches of Custodes or infantry or biker. You can take Deny the Witch as a enforcer.
That's good. It's one of those things I expect to see it in Sisters at some point in time, much more, or something more in other armies. The ability just to get a deny is always good to have one. I mean, just to be able to burn one for 1 command point. Yeah. But again, you're so hungry for command points that it's going to be hard to want to burn.
The Vexil is interesting. You're basically taking your Praetors, the Vexil's Praetors, you're using the banner, but it extends the range by 6 inches, but it cannot have moved in the next movement phase, and it cannot choose to charge that turn.
That's okay.
So if it doesn't move, you can extend the range for 1 CP. Again,
if you need to for your guard army that needs to lock in and stay in one place, that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, because actually, if you combine that,
you'll go
15 inches, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Piercing Strike, we've seen that one. Inescapable Vengeance. It's for 2 CP. Use this stratagem when you select a unit of Alarius Custodians from your army to make their attacks in the shooting phase. They can target enemy characters. So we've seen that one too, I believe. Right. That's the character killer stuff. Thomas, if you can read that page.
Wisdom of the Ancients.
That's the Dreadnought
one. Castellan Strike. When you use one of your Adeptus Custodes units attacks in the fight phase, as long as more than 1 model unit is attacking with a Castellan Axe, and they all target the same unit, improve the AP of the unit's Castellan Axes to -3 until the end of the phase.
1 CP, pretty good.
That's 1 CP. I wish it would also would up the damage. Again, that would be probably a good thing.
Concussion Grenades, we've seen. That one's cool too. Eyes of the Emperor.
It's a tactical objective card, so you can ignore that one most likely.
Burn. Victor.
It should make it like some 4 command points because no one's ever going to use it.
Victor of the Blood Games, 2 CP. Use the stratagem when you set up an Adeptus Custodes character from your army. You can reroll 1 hit roll, 1 rune roll, and 1 save for the model in each turn.
Should be 1 command point. For the love of God, it should be 1 command point.
They are so starved for command points.
Because you're doing this, if you choose 1 dude, I mean, it's just.
I mean, it's nice because it's the entire game, and it's one per game you can reroll. It's free rerolls.
Right, but it should be 1 command point.
Yeah, you're already so starved. Even in death,
it's like a weird warlord trait. That's the problem.
Yeah, even in death, we've already seen that one.
Avenge the Fallen.
We've seen that one that adds the attacks. There is a tipping point. We're doing some math on this one.
You use 2 guys, basically.
Yeah. Well,
you have a 10-man unit. Lose 2 guys. You gain more attacks.
Right. But if you it goes down like. I think it's over. If you lose 6 guys out of the 10, then you're actually losing more attacks than you would gain back. But there's a tipping point that where. But yeah, it's going to be really useful for big units. That's pretty much all.
And it's 1 command point. So that means that it's actually good. 1 command point thing is good. Bringers of the Emperor's Justice. I will bring you to justice.
I see some Black Legion keyword. What does that one do, Tom?
Use the stratagem when a Adeptus Custodes unit from the enemy's chosen attack in the fight phase. Each time you make a hit roll of 6 for the model in that unit during this phase, it can. And if it was targeting a Heretic or Stardust unit, immediately make an extra attack against the same unit using the same weapon. Hey, if it was targeting a Black Legion unit, instead it makes an extra attack on a hit roll of 4+. These attacks cannot themselves or any further.
So it just gets you more attacks. This is kind of a line war.
Yeah, it's also the opposite of that. Sadly, Chaos get it for free as part of their unit. They should just have had that as their army-wide.
Would have made sense. Would have made a lot of sense.
It made sense to have that as army-wide.
Stooping Dive, we've seen. That was teased.
That's that supercharged
3P, CP. Again, that one works really well with the Tanglefoot Grenade because you need them to fail the charge because this activates at the end of the charge, which is super weird. So, but if it goes off, it's awesome. So that's all of the Command traits.
There's a couple of them that are good. I mean, a couple of them that you're going to use in the army, and that's the problem is that you're just going to burn the command points because you're going to use these ones that are pretty heavily needed.
Gatekeeper. We'll go through the relics real fast, I suppose, because we've got 2 pages of relics. Gatekeeper replaces a guardian spear only.
Yeah.
So it's just a better version of the guardian spear.
It's rapid fire 3.
Hey!
What? God, everything should have been.
Everything. Remnant of Sorrow. Roll d6 each time is destroyed.
It's the banner thing that basically gets an extra surge.
Eagle's Eye. Improve invulnerable save by 1. That's biker only. Let's see. Ulrich Aquila's. Well, has a 3-up save.
And reroll charge. That's
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Hey, put that on your Warlord. Yeah.
So turn armor model only. Set a plate. Choose a friendly Imperium character and any of your opponent's charge states. If there's any model within 1 inch of that character, you can remove the bearer from the battlefield, and then even if they're not on the battlefield, and set it with 3 inches of the character and with 1 inch of any model. So basically, you pick a guy that says, "I'm your bodyguard. I'm your bodyguard," and he's like, "Oh no, my friend's in trouble." He teleports over there and he goes punches a friend. So
okay, weird but neat.
Come on, Gillyman!
Come with me. No, it's an Imperium character, so yes. Wow, he can just hop over and help him out.
Yeah, help Gillyman.
And that would go in a character anyway, so yeah, it's not bad. Veilblade, model the Sentinel Blade only. The Sentinel Blade replaces that.
I want you to look at that. I want you to look at what it says. Pistol 2. It's like rapid fire 2, but for a pistol.
Boom.
Boom.
Each time they fight within 3 inches of the objective, they can make 2 additional attacks. Not bad.
It's okay.
Emperor's Light. This is for the Misericordia. Let's see. Replaces that. It's a melee. -2 AP, 1 damage. Each time the bearer fights, make 1 additional attack with this weapon unless it is equipped with Storm Shield.
It's basically just the sword that gives a -1. Long as you have Storm Shield, you get a -1 to leadership around him. And,
okay. Wrath and Jealous. What does that one do here?
Vexilla.
Move phase of the bear does not move. Oh. Subtract 1 from the results. If you need me roll 4 as a
That's
character.
the only way this army does mortal wounds. Is it has that and it doesn't move.
Okay, so it replaces your Vexilla.
Yeah.
Can has to go in them only. Units when 6 inches of the bearer morale phase automatically pass morale test. And once for battle in the moving phase, the bearer does not move. Roll a d6 for each unit, friend or foe, within 6 inches. Subtract 1 from the result for that unit.
Is a character.
Or 2 is Adeptus Custodes. On a 4-up, that unit being roll 4 suffers d3 more wounds. It's like a bomb.
Right. The problem is it's once per game.
Yeah.
So. There you go.
Auroric Shackles. Opponent must subtract 1 from their attacks characteristics of enemy characters within 6 inches.
And they kill a Warlord, they gain d3 victory points.
That's not too bad.
If the bearer of it slays the enemy.
Yeah. Well then. Yeah. Obliteratorium, which is obliteratum.
Well, basically it's like grenade launcher only.
It's just a funny name though.
Yeah, 12
Obliteratum.
It's 12 inches, assault 1, strength 10, -4 AP, d3 damage. So it's like a super grenade.
Super grenade.
I guess you could do that one guy that they gave out for some store things you can purchase that has the melted bomb grenade launcher.
Yeah. Let's see. What is a Fulminaris Aggressor? Replaces what is that?
Fulminaris Aggressor.
Alexa Defensor only. Okay.
It loses the Custodes Vexability. Instead, friendly Imperium infantry and biker models within 6 inches of the bearer in the morale phase automatically pass morale tests, and it has the following weapon profile: 8 inches assault d6, strength 4, -1. Yeah, it's a flamer. And then it has +2 strength, -1 AP, 1 damage. So it's a weird little flamer.
Yeah, it's the ability is the auto hit. Yeah, so it's a flamer. The Castellan's Mark. Let's see, bears on the battlefield at the beginning of the game, but before you turn, remove them up to 1 friendly Adeptus Custodes unit within 6 inches from the battlefield and set them up again. The following mission rolls, you must set them up on the battlefield. So you teleport at the start of the game?
At the beginning of the game,
you can move the unit.
Remove them, and then up to 1 friendly Custodes to the battlefield.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing. And then the last thing here is Faith Absolute. What is that one, Thomas?
It's another Vexilla Magnifica only. Basically replaces the Custodes Vexilla. Friendly Imperium Infantry and Biker. Oh, Imperium Infantry and Biker units of the thing automatically pass morale tests, and the bearer can attempt to deny 1 psychic power in each enemy face of a Recycler. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Oh, most of the Vexilla they replace. Oh, that's the those are the banners.
The banners.
Oh, actually, most of the never mind. The banners automatic morale. That is very good. All these are automatic morale as well, which is pretty interesting. So most of those are...
They're not going to lose models to morale checks.
Right. The thing is, the Vexilla doesn't lose its other ability. Oh, maybe...
I think it replaced it, didn't it? Replaces models Vexilla.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, so moving on. Warlord traits. Champion of the Imperium. Friendly Biker. Custodes and Dreadnought. 12-inch your Warlord. At the start of your opponent's phase can charge. At the start of your opponent's charge phase can make heroic interventions. Just like their characters. That's not too bad.
No.
Get them back in combat. That's cool.
Because within your 12 inches of Warlord, so you basically, if they're all within 3 inches, they can all start. Okay.
It's not too bad. Peerless Warrior. Each time you make a hit roll of 6 up for your Warlord in the fight phase, you immediately make an extra attack.
That's like
these extra attacks cannot generate extra.
So just like I said, it's just like that command point.
Yep. Superior Creation. Each time your Warlord loses a wound with 5 feeling pain. Yep. And Pregnable Mind. Get you pregnant. Your Warlord can attempt to deny the witch.
And add 1 to the cast. So that's
Radiant Mantle. Your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls that target your Warlord.
That's pretty good.
That'll help. Emperor's Companion. You can reroll the dice for the damage inflicted by your Warlord's attacks. Okay. You reroll for the damage. Okay.
The character has Champion of the Imperium, which allows everyone within 12 inches to be able to move.
You know what they could have used was some way to get back some command points.
Yes. So, like I said, the Imperial Guard thing, where they start generating back command points, is most likely where they're going to get this.
Yeah. Point values. Let's talk point values real quick. So, these guys are expensive.
So remember that guy I said it was 10 power level of the character?
Yes.
And we said normally power level is about 10 points apiece, give or take a bit. He is 250 points.
250.
For 10 power. That does not... Math no work.
Math no work. They're just throwing you curveballs, huh? Speaking of 250 points for 10 power level, how about the Dreadnought? The Venerable Contemptor Dread starts at
130 then plus weapons.
And he was how many power level to start?
10.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very rare. So then he has like the multi. So basically, if you do him
real quick, just Custodian Guard 40 points. How much with weapons? Say they have a what is it? A Guardian Spear. Guardian Spear is 12 points. They're 52 points still.
Yeah. So I mean, so you're looking at. I mean, they're going to be 50, 60 points apiece.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else to it.
Yeah. This army is going to be a small model count, which is great for people who travel to tournaments. Unfortunately, playing them in tournament, it's going to be an uphill battle.
I think that most of what you're going to want from most of these most of the time is that you need... I mean, we're going to wait and see what Forge does for the weapons. If they have a lot of good anti-infantry, a lot of good weapons on there. But my worry is that we're not going to have these Forge where we have things way too undercosted. Like there's one bad thing left in Forge right now. It's undercosted. So we'll see what happens. I know they said they're going to come out with PDF pretty much right away when it comes out.
We'll see. Because, yeah, we want to see those Forge weapons get applied to these guys. Because they hopefully need some love that way. But right now, final thoughts on the Codex Adeptus Custodes, Thomas.
It's very easy to paint with gold.
Very easy to paint with gold. You heard it from Goatboy.
All their guns should be rapid fire too.
Yeah.
That should be that would have done wonders to help them out because
they have a boatload of attacks in close combat. They're gonna kill anything they touch. The problem is going to be getting there, and then rapid fire 1 really hurts these guys. They should have been rapid fire 2. I would have been totally fine with that, but that's the rules review portion of the Adeptus Custodes. I'm AdamHarry.
Goatboy here. Death to the False Emperor.
Right on. We're from Bowls. Thanks for watching.